can hear you.
I was on my
for a
speaker.
change.
Paul, did you decide to buy light bulbs finally?
Did you know there's an energy shortage?
Um,
There's no energy now because Russia was supplying the world with gas, and now that there's no Russia because reasons, there's no gas, so there's no energy.
Man, I hope this thing ends soon. I don't think people really understand how terrible war can be. Like, it's just like everyone going on crazy. I really like though that I like how Elon Musk, opened up the satellites. I don't know if you heard about that over that part of town.
Right? A tweet was all it took.
Just a
That's
tweet,
insane.
man. Did you know that he actually donated $6 billion to World Health Organization? They told him if you give us $6 billion, we can end world hunger. And he was like, oh, okay, here you go. Great.
Done.
Do that.
And
Anyway,
they haven't.
I thought that was a pretty cool move. Of course, there will be people that are like, criticizing, maybe a little bit, skeptical. But one of the things that, I understood is that, their neighbors in Germany and Poland, they already have these routers. They're just going to open up, the range for these countries. So I thought that was pretty cool. It also amazes me. I feel like Elon Musk is like a software engineer on steroid. Like, what would you do if you were a software engineer and you had all that kind of money and power and you're out there trying to he's not perfect, he's not an angel, but he's not a demon either. And that's basically what I try to, communicate. Take what you like, leave what you don't, move on, right?
The problem is that even people with best intentions can do very bad things, especially when they have exorbitant amounts of power at their fingertips.
Yep.
By the way, there's a small snag in that. I thought that that Starlink required specific endpoints, right? If you're just saying that they are extending the range to cover Ukraine, then that gives the Russians the same internet access as well.
Yep. But the Russians are not blocked from the internet. It's the Ukrainians. You know what I mean? Like, the Ukrainians are not able to have internet access. Russians already have internet access.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know how they're getting it, but it's very interesting. Hi, Sam.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think he was on about just like the orbits of the satellites or something, or maybe he was like, frequency ranges or something to improve bandwidth. It's probably range in that form rather than range in like distance terms as we think of it along the ground.
Yeah, he also said something like more terminals en route. I honestly have no idea. Like, he's speaking his like factory lingo. Like, he will throw the things that he knows, right? Like when he was trying to explain to someone in, I think it was in China or I don't know. Someone in China was like, my Tesla's broken or something like that, and he said, "Oh, we're investigating this right now." So he played DRI for like a day, and he would actually figure out why the network is not working. And then he came back and he gave him all the details. And I was like, "Whoa, okay. I'm not sure your customer really cares about your SNAT exhaust." I don't think they even may understand that, but that's a typical engineer. Like, an engineer will go and say, "Oh, our string interpolation was not working right," and the customer is like, "Oh, okay.
What does that mean?
What do I do with that
What's
information?" He's a typical engineer. That guy is exactly.
He's also a great example of what you do what happens when engineers don't have management, quality control, etc. Two examples. One of the common criticism of Teslas, the cars, is the build quality. There's it's a software engineering company trying to build a car, whereas traditional car manufacturers are trying to build electric vehicles and software, right?
Yeah.
They have the build process, so like, for example, seams won't be like loose and things like that. You get a lot of that with Teslas. The other thing, what was it? The Neuralink stuff, the tests, like there were a whole bunch of difficult things.
I don't know what to do about that
around there.
Yeah.
So
he's trying this Neuralink. I don't quite understand. I can see the craziness that could happen. This is cyberpunk, really. This is what this is,
Seen Ghost in the Shell?
Huh? Yeah. Oh, Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. Is that Scarlett Johansson movie?
First of all, no.
Okay.
The anime.
Oh, the anime. Okay.
There was also a number of series that came out. They were actually really, really good. But
Okay.
they 20, 30 something, everyone's connected.
Interesting.
But yes,
Yeah, I
they're
don't
based off
know.
the same one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like he wants to treat people with, disabilities, to kind of, fix, issues, but I don't know, digging a hole in the brain, that's a little bit of a
To be fair though, it's not him, is it? It's a company that he's
yeah,
purchased,
that's
and
how
it's
Tesla is too.
yeah.
Tesla existed before Elon Musk. I just want people to know that. Like Tesla was already there and he came and became a member in the board of directors. He put in the money and he said, "Let me take this to the market." Needless to say, at some point in time he put every single penny he has into it. During a depression and during, EV market is not exactly, and somehow he pulled it out. That's why people say there are only two car manufacturers in the world that didn't go bankrupt: Ford and Tesla. Everybody else went bankrupt at some point in time. How crazy
Of
is that?
course, an American would think that, right?
I just had so I just had someone like email a support issue. I was like, all right, it's something that our front end has
You
been.
have to run? Mhm.
No. I
No, you're
did it. I've
fine.
been doing it because I can do multiple things at once.
Yep.
This is,
This
this
is
is the high
going.
energy part of
Yep.
it.
This
The
is
low
go.
energy is the support. So anyway, I'm doing it and like I spent 10 minutes and I'm like, I'm ready to click the goddamn button to do it. And I get an email, hold off on this. And I'm like, God, it's okay. I mean, it gets logged as work anyway, and there will be a statement that says work was done but not executed because of, and here's the
Whatever.
email why.
Here's an impediment. Here's our impediment. Okay, it's good to
His
see you
name's
guys.
Hassan.
His name's Hassan. His name's Hassan. That's the one and only.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, guys. So Joe said he's not gonna be able to join us today, and I've been kind of. I'm gonna try to kind of make, Paul, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard is perfect for you, right? I don't hear anything around you, so it looks like you're good. Yeah.
The girls are in the bath, so following the bath, they're
Ah,
going to bed. So yeah, I
okay,
got lucky tonight. But 11
okay,
a.m. Pacific Standard would be 7 p.m. our time, so that would be their bedtime. So it would be
okay,
absolute dead silent from then on.
okay.
But
What
yeah,
And
about?
since
Hmm.
and since Paul find a bit lighter.
yeah. I found some of that held back Russian electricity. That's what it is. Yeah.
It's kind of nice to actually see what Paul actually looks like. Or I could
hide away in the darkness.
or I could see just two blue eyes moving in the dark. It's like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, It seems that you've gone foul with something with wicked claws.
Classic developer, right? We hide away in the dark and tap away at a keyboard until things happen.
And use the dark mode. I think dark mode is one
Yeah.
of the greatest things that was invented since sliced bread. And Paul, it's okay. This is an expression we say here. No offense. It's just something we say. Okay, so just live with it. Okay,
Sliced bread?
Yeah, worst thing invented since sliced bread.
No, I know, but why would Paul be offended by that?
That's an
No,
English
not
thing as well.
offended. I think he's just in his head. He would be like, "What is that?" We don't eat bread. We eat pie. I'm sorry, Paul. If I'm teasing you, that means I like you. Just want to let you know that. Okay,
I
this is a
can't
good.
wait for the comments below to be like, what's this American idiot talking about? That's been an expression over here for hundreds of years. Since, it's been the best expression since sliced bread.
Let me tell you something funny. You know what's my favorite expression in England? Chuffed to bits. You know what that means?
It's
Chuffed to
not in
bits.
I equals 0 then.
Sounds like someone's just really annoyed. No?
So Nick wouldn't know because he's
Yeah.
Americanish.
No, that's totally
How about me?
Chuffed to bits.
And Sam wouldn't know because he didn't hear that term probably before, I'm thinking. Chuffed to bits. What do you think?
Yeah.
You're annoyed. It's like friction. It sounds like friction. You're
Okay.
supremely annoyed.
Okay, Nick says annoyed. What about
Funny
you,
thing,
Sam?
right? If something's really crap,
I
it's
have no
bollocks,
idea.
right? But if something's really good, it's the dog's bollocks. Like,
So
what?
So chuffed to bits meaning like really fascinated, really intrigued, and really, right,
Yeah.
Paul? Am I saying this right? Chuffed to
Chuffed to
bits.
bits
And
means
you would
super
think
good.
you would
Yeah.
think like, chuffed to
Awesome.
bits meaning I'm broken into pieces, how angry I am at something, but no, it actually means I'm really fascinated. Now let's turn this around to Paul a little bit. Hey Paul, here's a little question for you. Here in America, we say flossing.
Yeah.
What does flossing means?
I have no idea.
It's not the obvious.
It's not that stupid dance, is it?
No, you
Oh.
wouldn't
Well,
guess. You wouldn't guess in a million years. It can be, but there's another usage for it. Flossing. Oh, this guy's flossing.
That's what you do with floss, isn't it? It's where you clean your teeth.
Right, but
Yeah.
flossing means
That's what it
something.
is over here. But don't know
There.
about
See,
you.
see what Nick is doing? He's flossing. He's flossing. He's flossing.
I
Look at
mean,
my
it's the
watch.
same phrase is used. The same literal phrase is used for the same intent.
Yep,
Yeah.
Flexing.
like flexing,
Showing off.
showing
Oh
off.
yeah, flexing is a thing over here.
It's American slang.
Yeah, this is America.
Yes.
Sam, I have a gift for you. My wife gave me this American idioms. This is how I know all these things. I know a lot of, like, people here in the US, they'll say, "Oh, we just
He's
hit
had
the
to
tip of
read
the."
up on his own culture.
Yep. You just hit the tip of the iceberg, or they say, things like, what do we say here, Nick? We say crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense, but people would understand.
Bricked. I'm
Huh?
bricked up.
Yeah, or this guy's head is a bag full of cats. Or this guy's multiplying faster than a Catholic rabbit.
Oh, as an ex-Catholic, 13 years of parochial school, some of that still stings.
All right, listen, guys. So here's what we want to do today. So last time we were talking about the tokenization piece, I started writing this piece here, which is basically Joe and Paul stopped me on my tracks there and said, wait, before you go full randomization, let's just start writing tests that would actually translate particular elements and particular data points, into their equivalent. For instance, we want to go and say, if you have a what's a good start there, Paul? We have a operand, for instance, right? So I'm gonna pass in an operand in here, something like an equal sign or something. Let's say equal like this, right? And our expectation is that this system is gonna produce expected token, new token. And I think, Paul, you already did the O token rather. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have that model yet. Let's go and add a model. Let's take away that junk. Oh, let me just rename it,
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff around tokenization that I did as a kind of like indicative example, but I never really committed it because we hadn't gotten to the point that we were happy. So ONode, I think, should stand as it is.
Right.
Because I think that's stage 2, right?
Right.
So what we're doing is, in addition to that, we're putting in this layer prior to it, which is the tokenization process. So we need to define O token.
Right, and I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. But under these models, we should probably say O tokens because it's a namespace, and then we're gonna move these guys inside. Are you guys able to see my screen properly, or do I need to increase the size?
Yes, it's okay.
Okay.
O tokens shouldn't be a namespace, right? There's only one type, O token.
No. You have to kind of gather your models under one namespace when you have a bunch of them. I'll show you, I promise.
Well, but there's only one model, which is O token, and then the second model, which is O node. So those are your 2 models.
But there's also O token type, which is an enum, right?
Oh, okay.
So you have now 2 files under the same namespace. And you don't have to have multiple under the namespace either, but that's a story for another day.
So yeah, I mean that raises some interesting questions. So with token type, you could probably get away with using an enum. With node type, I don't think you could, due to the extensibility of it. That said, where we talk about certain token types, like operands, for example, if operand is to be extensible, or maybe the token types themselves are extensible, are they?
Well, that's what we're gonna try to do. You can take that existing service and spin up your own and actually listen to events that are coming.
No. I think you're missing what I'm saying. If I find an enum in the framework, and I want to add something to that enum as an extension to the framework, I can't without redefining that enum.
For now, you can't, but we're gonna
values.
Right.
So it means we cannot extend the enum member in an enum type if it's defined in the library.
Yeah,
right?
I understand, but remember that we will allow people to spin up services that complete work that the current service doesn't know how to process. Plug and play.
So you're thinking it would be wrapped.
Yeah, we can
wrapper would have
we can have an enum member like customized.
Yes.
Yeah, so it means anyone want to extend the O token, he must put the token type as a customized. Okay, so he can move on based on the customized member.
So Sam, are you saying we can make this a struct?
No, it's enum, just enum type.
Just an enum, right? Yeah.
And we have enum member as customized or extended or something like this for customer to use. But it's another topic, so we can move on.
Just stay with me here. I'll promise you. Let's just get a test out the door. Let's just move forward, okay?
Yes.
So okay. So this tokenization service, just say tokenize, right? And this guy here doesn't really care about. Let me throw all that away. And I am here just throwing a not implemented exception. So let me just go throw this out. And throw new not implemented exception. By the way, guys, I just want to let you know something. There's a lot of people that want to jump in with us. Would it be okay for anybody to kind of just hop in at any point in time? A lot of people, like, I personally don't mind it. I think it's okay. I just want to know. I ask you first because people are going to be.
Why are you asking us?
I mean, at this point in time, there's a part of you into this project. So now you earned that right for me to tell you, hey, what do you think?
I need to prove my worth every single day.
Nope, just one time. All it takes is just one time. Yeah.
I've already proven I ain't worth rubbish. So.
So he's still butthurt about this whole.
Are you kidding me? I've been gone for 3 sessions. I figured you'd have healed by now.
He's still.
My lord,
Paul, why are you like that?
I gave you ample time to heal, Paul. Like, at this point, this is on you.
So here's a question for you guys. We need a container for these tokens. So do we want to have a root O token with the children of O tokens, or something else that have all the O tokens just flattened?
No, just an array.
I apologize, just because I've been away for a few sessions. Could you remind me of O token is this for a valid or any string?
Any string. And let me just tell you.
So this is the very part up front still, right?
Yep. Okay. Let me just get you caught up on the story. So let's say you have filter equal, right? And then you're going and saying name equals Sam, right? I don't know why I keep saying same. I'm sorry, Sam. It's just my brain, right? And what we decided to do is that we said we're gonna go and turn that into tokens. So filter becomes a token, equal becomes a token, name becomes a token, the space, the empty space. Do you see that empty space in there? Becomes a token. And then you have EQ becomes a token, and so on and so forth. So every single. So as Paul describes it, this token has some value. We don't know what that value is, but we know it's a token. That's all we care about.
Why do we count Whitespace as a token?
So if you have a token, if you have a token array, right, and your token array, every token has a value property, which is the representation of the characters that make up that token. in theory, if you effectively string dot joined all of those values, you'd end up with the original string again. That's the idea behind it. So this is before we apply any sort of O-node style hierarchy to anything to do with the query. This is just literally a smart string dot split at this point, effectively.
It will help with the processing. So now your O-node service, your O-node service won't have to go through the string. Now it's working with strongly typed or more, qualified and properly identified tokens, so it can work with that. I think that idea is a genius idea. Thank you, Paul, for that. That's a pretty good idea, right? So you're not exactly.
Nick that came up with it originally.
But we do need the structure.
You're not
Thank you. I
100%.
appreciate the acknowledgement.
Was it
See
Nick that came up with the?
See that?
Okay, okay. See,
Credit where it's due.
I didn't expect that guy to give you any credit, Nick.
I was
after
going to
what
let
you've
him
done.
roll with it.
I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sam. Sam.
I mean, we do need the structure information. So it seems we split the field clause into parts.
Yes.
Each part is a bricks. It's just like a construct of the bricks.
Yeah.
But we do need the structure of the room. We want to build the room, build the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to get the customer that bricks is for us to build the room, build the house. It's not to build a toilet, something like this.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Think of it this way: you have a house, and then you're trying to put furniture in this house, but at the beginning you're just seeing bricks, you're just seeing spaces, and then this tokenization service comes in and says, no, this area is bathroom, and this area is a living room, and this area is a kitchen. So now you know which furniture you want to put where.
I would actually take it one step further. I would actually say, you know what? What this service does is it is a list. It gives you the list of parts that are available to you to construct something ultimately. That's all it does, right? It's not about trying to say this is a bathroom. It says these are the parts that are available to you. It wanting to be a bathroom is inherent in the query itself, or it should be, but that is an output of the next step after this. This is simply, here's your parts list.
Yes, this is a bunch of the materials that you can do the next. So a lot of materials, but for the next step, in the next step, they want to know how to use the materials. They need the guidelines. They need the guides to help them to build the next step using the materials. But we want to make sure they have the date guideline to help them build the things next step. Right. I just agree with that. But
I mean, Sam, you're not exactly losing your structure, right? It's just a more strongly defined structure and properly identified. This way you can actually go. Now, I don't know if Paul and Nick thought about this, but now it hit me. Now you can go and say, oh, in that case, I can go build conventions that say you can't have a token of type, clause, and a token of type clause again. That's forbidden. So now you're creating this business rules engine or conventions, and these conventions will go down all the way down.
He's getting it.
Yeah, now I'm getting what Paul was saying. Like, I think
5 sessions ago. Yeah.
Literally 5 sessions ago. But I have to tell you something. I think most of our sessions, to Joe's point, while we were talking, he said we're just trying to find our chemistry. Like, where's the right radio wave, so we can actually speak to each other on the same level. Some of us were 5 months ahead in the future. Some of us were yesterday, and some of us were trying to stay in the now, but we keep going back and forth, right? So yeah, I understand now. It hit me now. That idea that you were talking about. Now I see what you were talking about. But let me just confirm with Sam. Sam, are you good with this? Do you have any problem with this? Okay, let's write some code, because Sam, it's your turn. So I'm gonna write some failing test, and you're gonna make it pass. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's okay. Hassan, just to answer your question, I think that the output of this should ultimately be just a stream of tokens.
Yeah, like an array, right?
Yeah,
Right,
but like
yeah.
you mentioned possibly having like a root or a container or
Yep,
whatever.
yep,
Like
yep.
ultimately it's a stream. If you want to embellish that, I'm okay with that,
No, no,
but I don't
I'm
think
good. I'm good,
yeah.
brother. I'm good. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and say this is supposed to produce a new token, O token. I like that we kind of have our own little, thing going on with with the models, just to stay away from kind of overriding someone
Is
else's
the O
model.
token a string? I'm sorry, a class or a struct?
It's a class.
I really, really want spans in here. I would just say make it a
We'll
ref struct.
try. I'm okay with that. Just try.
You'd have to
Okay.
make a ref struct though. So O token. I'm
I would
okay with that.
say don't optimize too early.
He's
The term that was thrown at me was premature optimization, because if you do that, you end
yeah,
up backing yourselves into
premature.
corners. If it's okay to use a string, use a string. But if in the future we find that we start hitting performance issues, we can look at the stuff that we have and go, okay, where can we improve this? And that's when I would start introducing like spans and stuff, and streams
David
as opposed
Fowler
to
would
arrays.
curse you.
Oh, David Fowler?
Yeah, probably.
No, I mean you're right. I mean premature optimization is the root of all the evil. That's the saying, right? I don't disagree with that. I just
I mean, in theory, if we're following best practice anyway, if we do have to do a fairly major refactor, that in itself should not be a massive problem, right?
No.
But if it is a massive problem, then we should be then looking at the code that we've got and going, what the hell did we do, guys?
If it's a massive problem, blame it on the PM. Simple.
Yeah, totally.
What's the problem there? Look alive, Paul. You know what to do. Software engineering, prison rules. Throw the PM under the bus. That's all you have to do.
Blame the PM.
We
Like,
just
I
had
don't
a
know.
new guy on my team.
He planned it bad.
He put in his first pull request. Oh man, I felt bad. Like I felt bad because I was like, he thought I was just like, oh, I'm done. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm trying to hold back the comments I want to leave here.
Yep. So Sam, I'm gonna send you this, and you're gonna make it pass. It's the easiest thing in the world. And then what you're gonna do, you're gonna try to make a bunch of these. A bunch. But you're gonna have to add the space part so we can actually split tokenize. At this point, I can't, right? Because it doesn't represent an individual token. So here you go.
Do you remember at the end of the last session, I suggested that we just built a string with all the possible like one character token values?
Yeah, but start, like we gotta start, right? One by one, right?
Yeah, no, I was thinking because the way that you could do that is you could use like, enumerable dot range and then just take an integer range and say, hey, these are char codes, and then just give me an array of characters that fits in that range. And then for each one,
the exact number of characters?
Yeah, and then you could just iterate over that entire character range and say, right, I'm just going to take one of those characters and I'm going to give it to the tokenization method, and I'm going to say, what do I expect here? I should have got a token back. Yeah.
But you're not in the test. You're not supposed to start where your business logic starts. You're supposed to start where your business logic ends.
Right.
So if you're gonna generate,
I've got an array of characters. Yeah. So I'm saying, okay, if I treat each of those items in the array as a string, which is my string that I want to tokenize, I give that to my tokenize method. I know what I expect that character to be as a result, because I can just build in my test, say, for example, a dictionary of given this input, I get this output.
Okay.
Right.
But you're gonna have to, you're gonna generate an O token that has these things, extract the query out of it, and then wait for your business logic to make it happen, right?
Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this dictionary, and I'm going to iterate over the whole dictionary, and I'm going to say, right, for each item in the dictionary, I'm going to assume that's my string. I'm going to pass that to tokenize. That's going to give me back a token array that should contain one token in every instance.
Yeah, but how are you building your expected?
That's what the dictionary is for, right? You have a key and a value. So the key is the char from my array.
Don't you have like theory?
The value is my expected token.
There is, but
so yeah, theory requires a data source. Like that's all he's saying. He's saying like instead of having a hard-coded singular thing,
No, we will, guys. You should know this by now. We're evolving the test.
Yeah.
It starts somewhere and then you evolve as you go. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking because it's a fixed set, you could start with that assumption, right? Because there's only so many characters.
Do you have that set?
No, that's why I suggested we did
Oh
it
my
out
God.
of
Okay.
in between sessions because it would be really easy to build, but it would just be time consuming. And obviously, we don't have that in session right now.
Let's just have Sam make this pass, and then I'll switch to theory. Sure, I'm okay with that. Sam, do you? Okay, Sam, do you have Visual Studio installed?
Give
Sam?
me time to download the Visual Studio 29.
By the way, I'm upgrading this project to .NET 7, so all of you better download Visual Studio Preview because you won't be able to run it on the normal Visual Studio.
So while Sam's getting ready, I'll run flat. Can we agree as a group that the first person who shows up and uses either Emacs or Vim gets booted immediately?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're on the same page here.
Yep. We're good. we're Vim haters. The Vim hater club.
Those people are a different breed. I'm just gonna say, like yeah. Like mouse, no. It's got to be on the keys, right? And it's got to be ASDF JKY. You know, it's like the less you move your fingers, the better. I don't get it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's just an old school thing, something that people inherited, and then they thought it's like manual driving these days. You don't really need it, but
I love driving stick. Absolutely love it.
But that's because you grew up in the 70s and the 80s.
Motherfucker, cars were fairly automatic by the time I could drive in like 1990. Okay, like 1991. It was like that was pretty much the norm.
Like in the 90s?
Yeah, 91 is when I got my
1890s or 1990s?
1991. You can get a permit at 16 in New York City at 1990 at 16 years old.
Oh, I know, man. I have a lot of respect for people who can drive manual. These guys are awesome. So Sam, you made it pass. Congratulations. Yes. Great. Let's go to, let's commit that. Pass all uppercase, please, Sam, because we look at the commits and they need to be consistent in some way. So your commit, pass all uppercase, PASS.
PASS.
He's not using the command. Oh.
PASS?
Yeah, PASS all uppercase, brother. All uppercase. So the A is uppercase and the S is uppercase and the other S is uppercase. Okay, perfect. Commit that guy. Commit it. Just commit. That's okay. Now you need to write Paul a failing test. Have you guys noticed the pattern yet? I do the easy stuff. You guys do the hard stuff.
I have a hard stop at 2, but I'm more than willing to embarrass myself for half an hour if it means giving Paul some peace of mind.
That's just worse. That's just worse. That's just infinitely.
How? I said I am saying that I am shit, and I'm willing to be the comedic, the comedic source for this stream, for today's session.
Right. So Sam, what Paul was saying, in the root file of the test, create a dictionary.
Which one?
In the root. You see that tokenization service tests file?
This one?
Right. So in here we want to create some sort of a dictionary. And that dictionary will have a bunch of things in it, right?
What kind of dictionary?
So the dictionary will have string and an O token. Let's just do it this way. String and an O token. And then let's just say, what do you want to call it, Paul? Paul is busy chatting on MSN Messenger.
No, I'm writing the dictionary.
You're writing the dictionary?
Nobody used MSN Messenger than the Brits. I'm telling you right now.
How?
Yeah,
so Paul, just help Sam. Just help Sam. Tell him. So Sam, let's type this. Possible tokens. Just type possible tokens.
Here you go, Sam. I'll post in the chat.
Okay.
In Discord. So That's a dictionary with one entry in it, okay?
You passed where?
Just in Discord.
Discord. Okay.
Yeah. In the Neo sessions.
Stack read only and read only dictionary. Just saying.
So basically, just grab that and just chuck that into the test class somewhere. We'll probably want to put it in its own file because it's going to get very long eventually. And then,
What do you want?
Okay, so the test that you've written at the moment just checks that you get a token array that contains EQ back, right? For a very simple EQ string. So that's the first test that passes.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, okay, let's add another entry into the dictionary.
Another
not in the service, Sam. Not in the service. Go back. So let me just show you. Go back to the root file.
Just
Okay?
one?
Yeah, and then in here, right, just start initializing this dictionary. Just initialize it.
Yeah. That's our possible tokens dictionary. So
Yes.
yeah, if our possible tokens equals that.
Nice. Yes, yes, sir. That's it. Okay. And then okay, now inside that dictionary, let's go and add tokens for tests. So we're gonna keep adding new token every time we want to pass the test back to the next person. Just don't put all of them at once because each one of them requires a different set. Right, Paul? Or do you want to do them all in one shot?
Well, I mean, there's a few obvious ones we can just do right now, right? So there's like a set of operands that are pretty obvious. So we could just throw those
let's
in.
do that then. Let's do that then.
We could add, for example,
value. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have the type operand. Okay, can you yeah, let's take a new record, Sam, and just take that list that Paul gave you. I think you need a comma after the first one because it's a dictionary. All right, boss, no problem.
What we do is we rework Sam's first test into, okay, let's do the check against the dictionary for the token array that we produce, given a bunch of known strings, right? So we could have a dictionary of string inputs and a dictionary of this dictionary, which is our possible outputs. Or we could just query this dictionary and we could say, okay, for each key, iterate over it and make sure that I get an array that contains one item in it, which has the same value as the one that's in this dictionary.
You could actually, instead, dictionary is old school. We should use theory data. Dictionary is really, really old school. Sam, do you mind if I wrote that test real quick? Do you mind? Is that okay with you?
Go ahead.
I mean, I use dictionary because it's like a common thing that everybody understands, but if you've got a better approach, go for it.
Let me take this, Sam, if you don't mind, because I have to wrap up at 10 o'clock and we have 20 minutes. But I'll let you make it pass, Sam, if that's okay with you.
Good.
Good. Okay.
But I commit and push the latest.
See, we all said no, but you did the right thing. Thank you for pushing that commit. Okay, now let's go. Yep, you know, you were doing the right thing, and Sam knows. So here's what I can do here. We can go here and say public theory data. And this theory data, you know, says all possible tokens, right? And what this guy is gonna do is gonna return new theory data of a string and an O token. All right, this guy plays very well with XUnit and performance-wise too. It's pretty cool. Back in the olden days, we used to use IEnumerable of a string of strings. So IEnumerable of an array. It was ridiculous, but then they invented this. So I was like, yay. So Shimmy Wits Handler, if you're watching this, thank you so much for teaching me about theory data. But okay, so if we're here, let's go and create this new record, and this guy is gonna be we need a string. Actually, you could even do something better. You could just take this guy out and just return a possible O tokens, and then give me a query out of that. So let's go here and just say new O token like this. And this O token will be value. I'll just set up the premise of it, and we can we can add on top of it. So this is type, that's an operand. So type, token type, operand, like this. And I'm gonna even add a new one in it just for funsies. O token. Please guys make an empty line between multi-liners. It helps with cognitive resources, if you can. I appreciate if you do that. What else you want to throw in there, Paul? Just give me one.
I don't know, GE, LT.
GE?
Yeah.
And what do you want to translate that to?
Oh, it's just another operand, right?
So it's just an operand. Okay, sounds
Yeah.
good. Okay.
You could go,
Because the O node is the one that will know what these actually are. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. I'm with you.
so we could start with, like, for example, the tokenization service just returning, splitting on Whitespace, for example, and then just returning that every token is an operand, and that would make all of these pass. But then, obviously, when we define that Whitespace is actually a token, that'll fail. So then that's the next step on. So we define all of our operands, and then we go, okay, now there's this token type, which is Whitespace. I expect to see that in there. Does that make sense?
Right. There should be, yeah, I agree with you. There should be a white space. That's how we're going to be able to distinguish between these things, right? But I also want to throw a bunch of them and then give it back to you, Paul, to make it pass, right? So just hear me out. So if I have this theory data here, I could possibly go and say, the theory data also is also might be not even a good option because of the because it will try only one. I'm okay with trying one at a time. You know what? That's okay. Here's theory data. Here's theory. And here is your member data. And here's name of, and this all possible tokens. Okay. And now I can go here and say, well, I don't need, here's your O token here. And then let me call this possible token. Like this. And then I want to go here and say, well, my raw query will be whatever this possible token value is. I will make it multiple in a second, but for now, and I just want this token to be my possible.
Sorry, Hassan. I thought it's passing the string and then the O token instance. So don't you need two parameters? One with the operand or the value, and then the O token is the.
We could. Do you think that's cleaner? Okay, I'll do it this way.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that part. I apologize.
Yeah. Because you've got that information in the token, you
that's
don't
fine.
need it.
I didn't realize. Yeah, my apologies.
Not acceptable, you monster. Okay, now Sam, I'll just give you that. Actually, I'll give it to Paul and let Paul add more tokens to it. So let me just make sure that this is failing for the right reason. Yep, one passed and one failed. Okay, go ahead, Paul. Why don't you make this pass?
I've got to switch git counts again.
I want to do it.
I'll give it to Nick. Okay, go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
But I gotta do all that.
Nickelodeon. Let's go to town. Okay.
Let's see.
Nickelodeon. We're gonna need to come up with so the problem is with every team I work with, I have to come up with nicknames and songs for everybody. So that's part of my responsibility, for the team. So I'm gonna have to think about new songs tonight.
There we go. Okay.
Is this your work stuff, bro? No, it's not.
No, that was my passion project. The stats thing. Did I tell you about that?
Nope. You need to tell us about that.
So I what do you call it? So I run an organization, a volunteer organization, where we collect and aggregate player performance data specifically for fighting games, right? Like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear Strive, and then we aggregate that in a data warehouse to judge player performance, character performance, etc. And we run dashboards and reports and all this other stuff. That was that, and we call it one frame length. That's the thing in the community, like the fighting game community. So yeah, but we do that. We say, oh, this person's won this percentage of times in this situation, stuff like that.
Okay.
Let's see what I have. CD notes. No, it's on this one.
Well, while Nick is doing this, what do you guys think about, I could run what I call nightly sessions, where, these, whole team sessions are there, and then we could set up like pairing sessions, you know, where 2 people will pick up and start running with a certain task. You know, I mean, we're still at a stage where we have only one service, but once we start writing services for select, for filter, for all of these different capabilities, we can split, we can fan out and distribute. You know, I will try to do that as well. Go ahead.
What's
Look,
the branch name?
so
Users.
users slash Hassan Habib slash foundations dash tokenization.
No feature.
No
No,
feature.
no
Sorry,
feature, just
that's
users.
sorry.
Users.
Users.
Users plural.
Why Nick doesn't listen to me?
I did. I just assumed too much. Is this right? Foundation tokenization or
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Have you not figured it out, Hassan? He's a
Yeah.
PM. You're a developer.
Yeah,
You're
it's
supposed to listen to him.
Paul? Just remember, I did this for you. Do you remember what happened last time? What happened the day
Yeah.
after?
I'm waiting.
He
It's
really
happening.
went Yakuza. And then when it was his turn, karma. Oh, sorry, not karma. Oh, karma. Sorry, let me stop you right there. Oh man, this is fun. Oh, Nick, you still can't run tests from the.
I don't know. I'm just priming it.
Not responding to the Visual Studio.
I know we all have our thing going on, but you guys, I have to tell you, this session here is really something I needed to have today, and I really appreciate you all. I really do. Especially just making fun of Paul. That just brings just
You're
a
still
lot
here.
of joy.
We fired you.
Yep, that's a proof he's a PM right there. Nothing works on his machine. You know what's the only thing that works on a PM computer? PowerPoint slides. That's it.
It's a big joy.
Kudos to the office guys, I guess. Building a piece of software that even a PM can use. I'm sorry.
See,
Remember, I have a hard
you're
stop
giving-
too. So if I can't get this going in 15 minutes, Paul's got to pick up the slack.
Yep, it's gonna be Paul. It's gonna be Paul.
So,
Okay,
let me kill
just
this
kill
and
it.
try it.
Just kill it and start it again. Don't forget to send us a report about why the system has
yeah, I'll
failed.
get on that.
You know when it says, please send Microsoft a report.
Oh, wait,
That's
it
me.
came back.
That's probably me sitting on the other side being like, ha ha.
Okay, where's the failing test? Hold on, tests.
Just run the thing, bro. Just run the test. Right click, run. No. God damn it.
All right, fine.
Technology, innovation.
You said nothing works at PM side.
See, now we brought Sam into our nonsense. See, the guy was
That's
just
fine.
all right. So
All
you're
right, I'm
gonna have
building it so that it'll.
you're gonna have to
I'll
build the
put so
project
get
in
the
order
test
for
on
the
the
test
list.
to become.
Although it did fail already. So here, property
Yeah, go,
value.
now fix it.
Okay.
So Sam did the right thing. He went and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna hard code it for you, so I can just make enough effort to make the test pass." That's
Yep.
test driven for you right there.
Yeah. Nick,
Which
maybe
one of these is it?
go to the tokenization service.
Yep.
Ah, okay. Services, foundations, tokenization. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. So so now we have to switch. Can we just switch or no?
You do whatever
Mm,
you want.
Okay.
Make it fail, make it pass, refactor. Red, green, blue.
Well, it already fails, right? So should this.
Now we just need to make it pass.
Okay. So let's see. Foundation.
You could
tone,
use
structure,
pattern
image.
matching here. That'd be cool. Although
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
would
say,
throw it
can
away,
we
but
do?
yeah. So do this, Nick. Do return. Yeah, there you go. You know your stuff. Yep. Hey, Paul, what do you think about a new type for O token called unknown or unrecognized?
If you've ended up with that, then something's gone horribly wrong, right?
那个 return token array.
Search new token. We need a stream of. Okay, so it's gonna have to be.
No, you're
this.
right. Why
I
is
know,
it
but
not?
I'm gonna have to do something like this, like new.
No, you don't need that. You don't. You really don't need that.
I need to return one. I'm not gonna. I don't want. You'll see. Just give me a moment.
Why don't you
okay?
just put it in a? Oh, okay, so I see what you're saying.
Right.
It's
So
it's still early in the morning, guys. You're just trying to process.
what was the other one? I'm sorry. Let's see.
The other one
GE.
is GE.
GE. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yikes.
And GE. So we can do this. GE. I mean, I could be like, yeah. And then we'll have to do this.
Don't worry about it. It's not required.
I know, but then I get a warning. I don't want a warning.
There is no
in the
test
code.
for this exception that you're throwing. You're
Okay,
writing
fine,
code
fine.
without
Okay.
test. Jeez. All right.
Okay, that should work. But let's run it.
Well, if there's only a test to tell us, let's see. Control KE will help you greatly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nope.
it's not helping. Okay.
No.
Just we'll refactor it. Wait, did you save it? Did you save it?
Nope.
That's what caused it to crash.
He didn't save it.
Give it a moment. It'll be back. Or a few moments.
Okay,
Listen, I'm gonna throw we're gonna put my GoFundMe link in the description of this video, and we're
Nick,
gonna get
you should
a machine
use
with
the-
32 gigabytes.
I need
Nick,
each and every one of you to get a Corsair one like this one. This is the only way you're gonna write real code.
Which one? What's that?
It's called Corsair One. It's only $7,000. Nothing big.
Jesus,
It's
Okay.
a color.
is that YouTube money, Hassan?
I don't. My channel's not monetized.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's not even Microsoft money either. To your surprise.
My machine's a mess at the moment. Needs a bit tidying up. Want to see it?
Yeah. I know he's bragging. He's gonna be something. Yeah, there you go.
Lord.
Whoa,
Look at
what's that? Paul?
Wait, you only have one GTX? Okay. One RTX? Okay. I like
Well,
it. Is
yeah,
that-
I mean, 2 would be wasteful, right? That plays anything at 4K.
not if you want to run Visual
Yeah.
Studio and Teams at the same time.
Oh, it does that as well. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good machine.
All right. At what point should I kill this? You want to kill this?
Yeah, just kill it, man. We have only like 8 minutes. Let's go.
Okay, going.
Let's go.
I need to reroute some of the waterworks, but yeah, it's not too bad. Gets me through. half a day, the fans on the front don't even spin.
The Google Chrome is very busy, very high.
Oh, Chrome. Oh, yeah. Honestly, it's Streamyard. I think it's Streamyard.
Yeah, he definitely needs a better computer. He's running Chrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, and that
Something-
requires like 4 gigs of RAM just to spin up.
Something horrible happened last week. I was recording this entire session with Yasser, and my Chrome was, just consuming, memory. My camera wasn't even running properly. And he tried to tell me that in the comment section, but I'm going like blah 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 blah, and oh look, and there is no picture of me. Like I'm not there. And he's just in this awkward situation where he's just looking at the keyboard and like looking up, and he's like, okay, this guy's talking. But nobody can see him. It's ridiculous.
Okay,
man.
so I got it. Fortunately,
You got it.
Visual Studio recovered the file, so no big deal there. We're
Okay, run the test.
restoring and running the test.
Yikes. How much did it take a PM to make a test like that pass? Like 20 minutes?
It didn't pass. So wait,
It didn't pass because of your.
the
Compiler
test.
error. Compiler error.
It's a compiler error, brother. If you scroll down,
Oh, my bad. Oh, CS.
Yeah.
Expected. It's somewhere in here.
these guys are so nervous in live streams. Sheesh. Okay, I get it.
All right, let's.
That's what Paul was saying. I don't want to do it on live stream. I don't like it.
I just don't feel that like.
See,
I mean,
look at that
developers are in
ugly
developers in
ass
general are.
warning. You see that? That yellow.
What? No, we know that, but we're not done. See, your thing didn't work.
Unmatched value is G. Okay, so let's hold on a second. Switch.
GE.
Hold on.
GE, bro.
GE.
Not
Oh,
G.
GE. We bring good things to life.
He's from New York. He's a G. You don't want to mess with me. Got the police busting on me, but they can't do nothing to a G.
Oh, God, who is it?
Tupac Shakur, grow up. You're from New York.
No. Yeah, wait. No. Oh no.
Ambitions
I'm
as a
thinking,
writer.
PMP by 50. There you go. Pass.
Yay! Now you need to commit that message. A PM committing. Yikes. Pass. There you
So you
go.
want? Is it should
So-
tokenize query? Was that the one?
Well, copy the test name. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah. Good idea.
Visual Studio is not working. You're going full on primitive. What's
No,
the
I
test?
always use Git on the command line. I legitimately prefer Git on the command line.
That's okay. Yep, that guy. Show tokenize query. That's right. Pass. Okay. So next time,
Push.
Nick. Yeah. Next time, Nick, it's gonna be your turn to write a failing test.
I can't wait.
And you're gonna give.
I'm not
Do you know
here on
who's gonna
Wednesday.
make it pass?
I can make it pass. Listen, compared to the last time,
So,
all right, so-
just remember the rhythm of our pairing sessions.
yeah.
You take a failing test, you make it pass, and then you write a failing test for the next person.
You want me? Okay. So are we gonna? I got one. Why don't we do the white space one?
Do the white space one, but we wanted to throw a bunch of them at once, but that's okay. Do the white space one.
When you say throw a bunch of them, what do you mean?
Like, don't worry, just do it. Just do it. That's
Okay.
fine. I'm okay circulating like that for now. Paul, what do you want to call the white space type? Just white
White
space?
space.
I can't hear you, son. You're disappointing me.
Yeah. White space is fine.
Okay.
So obviously you'll have multiple tokens that evaluate to that as well. So you might have
Like 3 white spaces. Yeah, that's okay.
potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
We probably
Sam-
want to put some smarts in there as well. So if you've got like 3 or 4 white space characters in a row, you just get a single token back with all the white space.
No, don't do that. Let it be
No.
3 white spaces. It's not your job. See, you're thinking OData.
don't-
You're
Really?
thinking OData. Yes, you are now thinking OData. Just
Okay.
tokenize, man. You don't care. You don't care. You know.
Yeah, but to have one token with 3 spaces in it that just says, "Hey, there's some white space here."
Yeah, I think I might want to side with Paul on this one because
So you'll keep the spaces, but you will put 1 token for it.
one token. Because think of it, EQ is one token but multiple characters, right? All
Okay.
we're doing is putting delimiters, boundaries on areas, right? Unless there is a value that we get from understanding the individual pieces of white space, which is fine, but that's not clear right now, right?
Mhm.
Oh, it passed. That's not.
You
That's
didn't save
No,
it.
no, you
You
didn't
didn't save.
save.
sorry.
So
You
you have
didn't
to
save.
save the file.
I did. Oh, geez, you're right. My bad. Sam, you are a godsend. I'll say that.
Mm. 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 The next
What?
step
There we
after
go.
perfect.
No unmatched value with space. Okay, there we go. So now we want to
Give it to Paul.
Push.
Yes.
Oh wait, hold on.
Paul, do you know how to make this pass? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you just put everything in one shot. Okay.
What's wrong
Show
with-
off. Flossing.
You know,
Paul, can you make this pass?
people like shitting on me, but I'm quickly,
You are good. You know, by the way, you know, I actually, Nick, I'll tell you something. Learning about your history and what you did and what you do and all that kind of stuff. I need to be that humble. I really need to learn that.
That's kind of you. Thank you.
I'm being very, very honest. Paul, do you know how to use Visual Studio?
I got to jump. So
Yeah, take care,
as
Nick.
always,
Thank
the
you.
PM will leave things in a broken state. and I expect it to be fixed when I come back. I'm not here Wednesday, so I'll see
That's
you on
okay.
Friday.
Take care.
Enjoy.
We'll have Joe take over. Okay, sounds good. Paul, do you want to make it pass before we wrap? Like a shawarma wrap.
Yeah, I think it's let me pull it.
Sam, how come you don't go out with me anymore? You hate me though? Is that what it is?
No.
Let's go eat this weekend. Eat food together.
Again?
Yeah, every day. Why not?
So today is the first day go to office, right?
Yeah. No, it's the end of March, brother.
Effective at the 20,
28th of March.
20. No, today to the 28th March. March 28th is 1 month for transition. I mean, 1
Transition.
month to buffer.
You know, you don't have to go back until, July, right? You don't.
July?
Yeah, because you have a kid that's under the age of vaccination.
Wow. But I have to talk with my manager.
Yeah, tell Michael, tell him, the rule is if I have a kid under vaccination age, I get to stay until July, the end of July. Are you excited about that, or do you miss the office?
My kid's vaccinated.
Yeah, but your kid is vaccinated, but are they under the age of vaccination? How old is your kid?
13.
30. Yeah, you need to go back to the office. You need to cheat your ass back to the office. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, now what's Paul doing? He's trying to make this pass. Okay. Oh, you already made it pass.
I already made it pass, yeah.
Okay, Paul, let's start next session with you writing a failing test. Okay, man?
That seems to be the way to go.
How do you guys feel about this? Is this okay? Do you feel
Yeah.
we're moving? Okay. We're gonna randomize and do some crazy stuff, but for now we could start this way. And as usual, for the people watching us, thank you for following us. This is great, and I really appreciate this company of people. Joe, Nick, whatever you are, and Zach, who showed up once and disappeared. Pack Zach, and and everybody else. I appreciate you guys, and for the people watching us, as usual, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments for these people, here, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in another video. Take care. Thank you guys. Bye.